Alex, Bridgegate, day, what are we on, 8 now? You are outside of the federal courthouse in Newark. The trial drags on. A bit of what some may consider a bombshell today.
Yeah, Bill, David Wildstein, the self-described enforcer at the Port Authority, was lower than Bill Baroni on the Port Authority totem pole, but his defense attorneys are trying to paint him as the real boss, the real power. And to do so, they introduced texts where Wildstein compares himself to a substitute teacher. Also in those texts, he disparages Baroni for, in his opinion, being lazy and gay. Now, this aspect of Baroni's private life that's brought into a courtroom is part of the defense strategy, but I had to wonder, what was it all about? I asked the defendant and his lawyer as they left court later.
Bill, any reaction to David Wildstein's texts?
I just, in keeping with what we've been saying, we're going back to the office to keep working, and we'll see everyone tomorrow, okay?
The text message is in question come on September 7th, 2013, just 2 days before the lanes in Fort Lee were closed. They get to talking about both Baroni and mention Senator Cory Booker, saying that the only person lazier than Baroni is a person who could be the next United States Senator, an apparent reference to Booker's Senate campaign, which was ongoing at that time. He was elected to the Senate, as you remember, in October 2013. Then they say, gay men don't begin to act like they're adults till they're in their 40s. So 10 years ago, he, meaning Baroni, was 25. Also in today's cross-examination, Wildstein talks about a meeting at the State House between himself, Baroni, the governor, and several close Christie aides, where they went through a list of Port Authority appointees, and the governor told them to fire or hire people. And Wildstein admitted that they targeted Democrats to, quote, cleanse the Port Authority so that Republicans could get jobs there.
Alex, let me just clarify. Did you say it was a part of the defense strategy to bring up Baroni's being gay?
The government did oppose these text messages being put into evidence because they believed the jury could draw a conclusion, but that conclusion from the jury could be sympathetic, and maybe that's why the government didn't want them in.
Why drag Cory Booker in?
It's simply on the chain of the text, the back and forth between Wildstein and this particular friend. And Wildstein, as a Republican operative at the Port Authority, has no more insight to Cory Booker's life than you or I do.
Yeah. Well, again, you consider the source on that.
And that's what I was going to say. He's untrustworthy. These are all things he's spewing out. So to put people's sexuality now into this courtroom, I think that's crazy.
Do we know who he was texting?
It's funny. It was a woman who they referred to as the Chechen, who apparently was involved in politics, but we have not gotten a name as of yet.
Wild day in court. Thanks, Alex.